All right, this is Jimmy Cab's Tape to Broadcast, 5150 interview series and Bulldozer Magazine here on a lovely night in West Hollywood. 2016, but let's flashback real quick. A very young and slim Jimmy Cabs in 1981 was going through vinyl at a record store, which most of you are finally realizing what that is now. And I stumbled upon a vinyl record by a band from England at the beginning of the new wave of British heavy metal. I believe the record came out in 80, but I discovered it a year later. Lightning for the Nations, Diamond Head. I must say, not only was I touched in a positive way, but it inspired a whole generation of extreme heavy metal fans, where it evolved into what now, as commonly everybody knows, as the Metallicas, the Megadeths, the Anthraxes, on and on and on. To make a long story short, here I am with Brian Tatler of Diamond Head. 2016, welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome to the United States.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's nice to be here in LA.
Are you horrified at the state politically of where we're at in the next couple of days, of who might be leading this country?
I suppose it's... Yeah, I've been watching some of it on the news,
Right.
You know, back in the UK. It is a very unusual situation. Well, we shall see, I suppose. We shall find out.
Is this inspiring you for any lyrics for any upcoming Diamond Head songs?
It isn't, because I'm not a lyric writer. I'm a music guy, so possibly it will come out in some of Raz's lyrics at some point. But, you know, I try not to get too political anyway.
You're smart.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time to answer that. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of it. Everybody knows the history. Everybody knows how instrumental Diamond Head then was, and who you influenced, and on and on and on. Let's start off. Usually you get bombarded with the past. Let's start with the present. The present being is that, I believe in April you released the latest record, Diamond Head.
That's right, yeah, April. And it's come out in the US in June, I believe. But yeah, it's great to have a new album, and it's been a long time coming, but it's got really, really good press.
Excellent.
Much better than I was expecting. And it's just great to have some new material that we can play live and put in a set and freshen things up. It's great. It's a good time.
This is what's interesting for me, and I'm going to get very in-depth with you here. Bands like yourselves, musicians like yourselves, who are at the forefront, who basically carved what is now this whole genre, okay? 2016, all these decades later, the fact that you're active, number one, and that you're still able to write music where it's monumental, where it's very relevant, and it still touches not only the young generation who are hungry for that whole era, but for someone of my age who was there from, quote unquote, the beginning.
Yeah.
You make the fact that you make me want to headbang like I was a 12-year-old again is incredible. How have you been able to achieve the stamina creatively and the stamina physically? Because you play all the time.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Diamond Head has had a couple of breaks over the years, and it's not like we've toured like a band like, say, Maiden do or something, where it's just album tour. So I suppose there's been more time when I can work on material at home and reflect on things and get ready for the next set of live dates or something. So I never feel like I've completely, used up all my ideas and run out of steam, run out of things that I want to do, run out of options, So, but it is good. I mean, I suppose there's a craft you learn over the years. I've always been interested in writing and writing good stuff, a certain standard. I've probably got good taste, and I can, be self-critical and make sure everything's as good as it can possibly be, really.
One of the things that's interesting is the fact that, like as we mentioned before, this new record that came out, it still contains the organic foundation of Diamond Head. It still has the real crunch and the real rock and roll angst. But like most artists of your genre, do you find when you're writing material now, present day, do you find those legendary iconic tunes from the past somewhat, is it intimidating? Because how do you write new material when everyone for the last 3-4 decades is very familiar and very in tune with those great hits?
I don't know. It's tough to follow what we've already done. It's had time for those songs to become huge and
Marinated in
everybody loves Am I Evil and the big songs, so you do feel a weight of expectation, and I would imagine a lot of people wouldn't even expect us to top Lightning to the Nation. It has become a kind of classic rock album and a very influential rock album. So but I try not to think about that. I think, well, this is now. Things have changed. Let's just do the best we can. And I do feel I write in a certain way, and I keep coming up with guitar riffs. So what it needed was a good singer coming into the band with some fresh ideas, and for us to do it together in the room, and just work on the material, in a sort of organic way that. It's a band playing rather than you do it over the net or files or working on Pro Tools or something. And it seems to have worked this time around. It's got a lot of positive press, more so than the last couple of albums we've done. And it just seems like we've just hit the nail on the head, really.
It sounds to me, and this is one of the things that I'm very happy, is that with this record, let me repeat this. I'm talking about the new record. With this record, with the new blood that you've had in, it seems that the whole band is rejuvenated, where the original spirit is still instilled within the foundations. But you're not doing what most artists that are doing now in 2016, which is they're trying to make a living and a buck off the old legacy and capitalize on the generation. What I like about it is for someone like myself that puts this album on, it still has the energy, it still has the rejuvenation to get me going. So I don't know how you do it, but it's very inspirational. And you're giving the generation a mouthful of the past and the present. Credibility, my friend.
Thank you. That's really nice of you to say. Okay.
Do you know how much I hate seeing artists of your generation come back and they give out shit? It's heartbreaking.
I probably don't, but I'm getting an idea. But I don't know what it is. We just seem to have, come up with the goods, and thank God we did, really, because it would be lame to just do something that's. It's okay, but
it would make me more bitter.
No, it's a shame when that does happen, and you do instill a lot of hope into your favourite band, and you don't want them ever to fall from that mountain from that top. And this is a really good band, and I just think all the players are really good, and we all love doing it, and we love the old material, but we also really have got a lot of respect for each other and where we are now, and it feels like we're in a good place. So this is a very good year for Diamond Head.
Very good year. And as we mentioned, Diamond Head is starting the U.S. tour tonight, correct?
Last night.
Okay.
We were at Slim's in San Francisco last night.
San Francisco, they always beat us first.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying being on tour in the United States, and how are you enjoying performing your new tunes along with your older tunes?
It's really nice to be over here. It's been 3 years since we played in the States, and this is Rasmus's first ever tour of the States, so it's exciting for him, and he's there taking pictures and wants to see this, wants to see that. So I can enjoy that moment. I've been over a few times over the years, but it's always great. I mean, we're on Sunset Boulevard, aren't we? So what's not to like?